Right guys, here we are. I'm going to adjust the seat, start her up. She's a race car. She's got some gangster rap in here. Oh god, I'm gonna die. And I wanted to grab this because I actually quite like Boras from when I had one. I really enjoyed ownership of the whole 3 weeks that I had the car. Fuck me, this is a big one. Right, what's up guys? So today, you join me from the driver's seat of a 2003 VW Bora 130 PD diesel. Now, I must state straight away, this car is so fucking low, I've got to go sideways over every bloody bump. It's so bad. It's actually so bad. It really is. It's been a long time since I've driven a car so low. Car that I probably did last that was this low was the Mark 1 Golf. Stupidly worried about that because he just had the old underneath of the car redone. This is really low. It's on FK coilovers, probably at their lowest setting at the moment. Interesting to drive, I think the word is. Even on road surfaces that are a little bit uneven, it wants to scrape the front. So this is Matt's car. It's his daily. And I wanted to grab this because I actually quite like Boras from when I had one. I really enjoyed ownership of the whole 3 weeks that I had the car. Fuck me, this is a big one. Oh my god! Oh, fucking Nora. Also, Matt lives in Speed Bump Central. Not the best idea to have a car this low here, but, you know, another fucking speed bump. Fucking... I'm really sorry if the splitter falls off. It ain't my fault, I promise. Just trying to be as methodical about it as possible. If you've driven a lowered car, you will know that going like this all over the place really, really does help. It makes you look like a massive dickhead. Especially if your car isn't as low as you think it is. It makes you look like an even bigger dickhead. This one you have to do that because it will just take the bottom of the car out, if I'm honest. And yes, I am very, very ill. Man flu is still in my system. That's why you haven't had any update videos this week and stuff. Literally for the first part of the week, I was bedridden. And then Thursday, I tried to go outside and made myself even worse. So this is my first outing of this week, pretty much, other than to the post office to post your orders that you have graciously been sending me. I must admit though, I'm not being shaken around and I'm not, you know, uncomfortable in this, considering how low it is. I'm actually quite impressed, if I'm honest. It does still seem to be relatively comfortable. The clutch is really nice and the gearbox feels good. It feels really tight. This one's done 120,000 miles. Feels good. It still feels tight as a car, even being this low. There's no like dodgy bangs and stuff, so that's quite nice. It's been done properly. And obviously being a diesel, it's great on fuel. And it's got loads of torque. Ooh, yeah, good torquey. And it makes a good sound when it changes gear. This has got a straight through exhaust system, which means it makes a good noise when you change gear. Which I'll demonstrate in a moment, because I'm very, very worried about this road because it's got a camber on it like this, and no one wants that in a lowered car because I do not want to take this sump out. Sorry about all the coughing as well. I'll try and edit most of the coughing out, if I'm honest. I've just been so ill, you know. Man flu takes over and you just need to stop what you're doing for, you know, a week or two. Do you know, I had this same sensation of a diesel making a flutter sound when I had an A3 diesel back in the day, only because the exhaust fell off. It didn't sound any louder, if I'm honest, but it made a good boo noise. So I was very, very impressed with that, and it sounds exactly like this, which is quite good. So if you do have a diesel and you want it to sound like this, it is very easy to do. Just literally unclip the exhaust. Mine fell off, but unclipping it would probably be a better idea. I am impressed with the power though, really, really impressed. What I'm not impressed with, you do put your foot down, you get very quickly reminded that the front's very low and it scrapes, and you're like, oh shit, I better slow down. So driving position, this has actually had a set of Recaros out of a Golf put in, but these are heated cloth, and I didn't even know they did heated cloth ones, so that's news to me. It might not be news to you, but that's definitely news to never even knew that. Some of you may be wondering, what is that on top of the car? That, my friends, is one part of a roof rack, and this is another part of an off-roading LED big light. Oh, it's quite quick. See, it gets to, you know, the national speed limit so well. It has got a lot of wind noise in here though, I must admit. Not quite sure why, but there is definitely a lot of wind noise in here though. It's around somewhere, I don't quite know where it is. I think what I'd love for this car to look like is actually being jacked right up, having mud tyres put on it or something like that. That would look fucking awesome. So guys, I'll try not to cough my bloody brains out as I do this, but let's have a look around this VW Bora. Now, first off, sometimes people do this, Golf front on a Bora, but I am not the biggest fan of it. The only reason is because when people put the standard Golf front on it, this part doesn't go with the back part. The back's so big and the front sort of becomes like slabbed and a bit, you know, the standard bumper's a bit like this. But with this, the R32 front bumper, where it's so much bigger, it sort of works in my opinion, because it's a bit further out, it's a lot lower. It sort of goes with the car. Usually I wouldn't be the biggest fan of this idea, but I actually quite like this, and I haven't personally, not that I've ever properly looked, but I've never looked and seen one with an R32 front bumper, so that's quite cool to see something a little bit different there. Audi A8 wheels, obviously quite a, you know, well-known thing in the VW community, I suppose. Laguna splitter as well, or in a Spas splitter. Remember having one of them on my Corsa back in the day. Pretty cool. I do like the car with the black windows though, it looks really good. The light bar though takes it for me. This bit is the best bit of the car. It really is proper genuine VW roof rack with the light bar on it. I think it looks proper cool. It's something a little bit different in it. And I think it works with the Bora. If you had it on a Golf, you know, like a two-door Golf or even a four-door Golf, I don't think it would work. But because you've got, like, you know, the boot and you've got, you know, the bigger front bumper, it sort of works. I'm not sure how it works, but it definitely works for me. Coming around the side, you know, tinted windows, you've got your Team Hecko wind deflectors that everyone seems to get off the old eBay. It's pretty cool. The back sits quite nice and low, very low actually, so low that I am constantly worried driving this car that I'm actually gonna you know, twat the underneath with something, but it's all in good fun. You know, if you learn to drive the car as low as it is, then it's not as bad as you think it's going to be, which is quite cool. The exhaust system, completely straight through, custom made by himself, which is quite cool. Although the exhaust gases are only coming out of one tube at the moment, but we don't worry about stuff like that. Let's jump inside. And Recaro seats, I really like the whole interior is in here, which is quite cool. Obviously the door cards won't fit. Inside you've got, you know, your usual very nice VW inside, 6-speed gearbox. What I like, I didn't have on my Bora, is this on the steering wheel, and an armrest as well. Doesn't match the Recaros, but I don't care. It's a bloody nice armrest. One thing about these though, if you are armrest, you know, orientated like myself, the armrest is definitely in the way of the handbrake, but I don't actually care, so that's fine. God, it's cold. I'm wearing shorts. What a fucking idiot. Why am I wearing shorts? I'm so bad with illnesses, I'll tell you. I'm such a fucking woman. Literally the sight of a little bit of a cold or a cough, I give up. I give up all hope in life, I really do. It's pretty pathetic if I'm honest. Got quite a nice little bit of stretch of road coming up, so let's see the performance side of the mighty 130 PD from the diesel engine on this Bora. Remembering that the car is very low and I'm very scared at braking things that are underneath the car. Do not want to be doing that now, do we? I must admit though, the coilovers, very, very impressed. I think they're doing really well. They're still very, very comfortable. They've still got enough sort of spring rate in them and enough shock rate to make the car still, you know, very comfortable to drive, but you still got that stiffy sportiness that you would want from a coilover. They're the FK Street, you know, probably 160, 170 pound They do work very, very well, especially when very, very low. And these, again, stupidly cheap to buy, stupidly cheap to run, and stupidly cheap to modify. Everybody's got parts for them. You can get parts and you can get little bits and bobs, wheels, you know, anything for it for next to nothing. From my personal experience from insuring my 130 PD, it was silly cheap to insure it as well. It really, really was at the time. I think I was 20 and I paid about £700, which I only had like 1 year's no claims at the time, and that was really, really good in my opinion. Oh, we just hit the front bumper on the fucking ground again. Oh, that was scary. There was a bit of raised ironworks then. Oh. See, now this is what you want. On your 63 plate Suzuki Jimny is two lions looking like they're going to make love. To be honest, I've never understood why people put that on the back of their cars. Maybe it's a fashion statement, I don't know. This is nice. Doug Snape, if you're watching this, let me do your fucking Type R. Let me do that. I want to do it. Bloody cool in yellow. Sort of sounds like a whale's mating call, that sort of dump, doesn't it? As I've said already that Matt lives up Speed Bump Central, I will try and teach you my way of getting over a speed bump, although I'm very rusty. I do not own a very low car anymore, or if I do, it's usually on air ride, because I literally cannot be bothered to do this anymore. Right, first speed bump of this exercise. I shall approach on my side of the road, but when I approach and go like this, oh yeah, did you hear that? That was good, wasn't it? But I will try and maintain this side of the road and take, yeah, didn't scrape that time. Did you see that? I'm trying to look out for you guys and make sure that you know how not to fuck your car up if you lower it. Although I'm sure I get back and I've realised that I've pulled the whole fucking front bumper off. It's been dragging behind us that whole time. Speed bump number 2. But because there's a car here now, I can't go over that side, and I'm going to have to go like this. He did not look impressed then, did he? So guys, I hope you liked the video. Something a little bit different for you. A daily perspective, I suppose, as to what it would be like to drive this VW Bora. Very, very nice car. Awesomely cheap to run, drive, buy, insure, everything. Matt has an RS Turbo sat at home, which hopefully at some point he can break out when he's finished with it, and we'll go for a little play-in, which should be very, very interesting. So hopefully this summer we'll be able to pull that out. No one saw this, all right? Don't do this, kids. Don't take the front bumper out either. It's fine. I'm ill. I can get away with it. So guys, make sure you like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.